Hello everyone, welcome back to the course of Mastering Core Java, and today in our lesson number 2 we are going to learn about some keywords, and also we will see how we can create our own exception. Okay, previously in our lesson number 1 I told you, right, under the exception superclass there are multiple subclasses of exception like arithmetic exception, then there will be null pointer exception and array out of bound. Similar to that, we can also create our own exception, right? And also we will see how we can throw a exception explicitly and what is the use of throws keyword. Okay, so let's first start with our first topic, that is throwing exception. So as you can see, I have a sample code written here. It is using a try and catch, and in the catch I am catching a null pointer exception. All right, so here I don't have any code inside the try block. What I can do is, here I can explicitly throw some exception. Okay, for example, I can write throw new null pointer exception. Okay, and put something in the constructor like manually thrown. Okay, manually thrown. All right, let's run this and see what happens. Okay, so when I'm running this, you can see a exception is getting thrown manually, right? So this is thrown by the user. Okay, and then here you see the string that I'm passing in the constructor is getting printed as part of the exception. Okay, so this is how you can use the throw keyword to throw a exception explicitly. All right, so there may be part of your code where you want to throw some exception. For example, you want to convert you want to do some validation on a data on integer or string, for example, and if it does not pass your validation, you may want to return a exception. That means throw a exception and then catch using a code in your catch block. Okay, so that is how you can use the throw keyword. All right, so let's move on to our second subtopic, that is throws keyword. Okay, so you can get confused between the throw and throws. Once I explain the throws, I will just give you a brief overview between the difference between the two, so that it becomes easier for you to remember. So in the same code, let me just write a method like sample method. Okay, in the sample method I will call some exception. I will throw some exception like illegal access exception. Okay, from method. Okay, see, when I'm writing this throw code here, I am not using a try and catch. Okay, so Java tells us that whenever a exception is thrown in the code, okay, here I am doing it explicitly, but there are cases, for example, when we do file handling, right, or when we use thread, at that time Java will tell us that the code we are writing, the file code or the thread code that we are writing, it may throw exception, right? It's very usual to happen in a file handling, because the file that you are using, it may not exist, someone may have deleted, so, or you do not have the permission to write in that file. So because of that, Java will tell you that the code that you are writing has to use a try and catch. Okay, but if you don't use try and catch, at least you need to use throws keyword. Okay, so what I will do, I will write throws, and then I will say that our method will be throwing illegal access exception. Okay, so what this tells is that whenever another programmer wants to extend this, that means inherit this code or use the method in this class, he has to he will be aware that the method he is using or inheriting will be throwing one exception. So the use of this throws keyword is nothing but just to tell the future user, future programmer, that the method has a potential to throw a exception. Okay, so basically your throw exception means it will throw some exception, and your throws keyword, it will, what it will do, it will tell the user, it does not have any functional value, but instead it indicates the programmer or the next coder that the method that they will be using or inheriting will have the potential to throw some exception. Okay, so next we'll see how we can create our own exception class. All right, so here I have a class namely my exception. What I will do, I will simply, as I said, all the exceptions are subclass of exception class, right? So what I will do, I will simply extend from exception. Okay, now let's have some int I equals to 0. All right, and in the constructor I will just assign this value. All right, int I this dot I equals to I. All right, I'm just assigning this value, and then what I will do, okay, I will generate one toString. Okay, so when you generate one toString, it will override this toString value. Okay, like this e dot toString, right, that exception dot toString, it will simply override and then we will return some value like my exception, something like this. Okay, you can write your own code also, that is not an issue, but I will, just for ease of use, I will use this. Okay, so now let's remove this and we will throw our own exception. Okay, and then I will pass some value like 2, and then it will say that the exception that are throwing is not being caught. Okay, it is not being caught. So what we will do, we can, I will just change it in this catch itself. I'll just change it here, my exception. All right, so when I am replacing with the exception, okay, one thing you can do, you can use only exception, that will also be fine, or otherwise, as I said in my previous video, you can explicitly catch the exception that you are expecting. Okay, so once I catch this, it will work the same way. All right, so let's run this. So when I run this, you see we are getting the value exception caught, and then whatever toString that we provided, toString my exception I equal to, and the value that we passed in I. So this is how you can create your own exception class, and you can throw your own exception as well. Okay, you can write whatever toString value that you want to give and some other code. All right, so hope you understood what is throwing exception and what is the use of throws keyword and how you can create your own exception. So if you have any doubt, then feel free to comment down below and we will surely try to clear all your doubts. And don't forget to like and share our video with your friends, whoever is interested in learning about Java, and do subscribe to our channel to get notified about the next upcoming lesson. Thank you.